Hey there! Happy Saturday! Crystal Thompson here with a Studio Cadia live project for you today. Hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for joining me today on your lovely weekend. So we're going to be making a really fun bead card, and I'm loving this newest release. And so as we wait for other friends to join us today, I kind of want to let you know that we have a giveaway. Be sure to comment below where you're watching from. So we are going live on Studio Cadia YouTube, Studio Cadia Facebook, and on my own personal Facebook of Crystal Thompson Designs. If you comment on any of those platforms, I'm going to pick a winner at the end of the stream. I'm going to choose the winner on Monday, so you have a little bit of time. And then for those friends that are catching this after, if you share this live, you are entered to win another gift card. So there's two chances to win, live and then post as you share. And so that's just kind of like the first go here. So I want to be sure that you guys get into some free goodies and you use a gift card for products such as this. All right, so with that being said, let me show you what we are using. So we are using the newest release. This is the honeybees, and I've gone ahead and just kind of stamped and colored these with Copics. Very light coloring. I didn't do a ton of blending. And I love to stamp and color watching a movie, and then later on I come in with my matching dies and just cut everything. And I love the matching dies because it gives you that really nice clean edge. So I have all these beads. I have two sets of each one. We're going to be using the buzzing bye to say, and I'm just going to let it be. We can stamp it inside that says hi or happy bee day or whatever it is sentiment that you choose to make for your card. Then the technique we're going to be using today is going to be making a stencil with your cover dies. So I know there is a honeycomb stencil released along with the honeybees. I don't have that, and that is just fine. I love creating things that we can repurpose and beautiful cover dies. In this case, I'm just using the hexagon, micro hexagon die, also just released. We could have used the hearts, could use anything, but I thought, hey, this is really cool. So I went ahead and just die cut it out of a cardstock, and this is just Dina 110 pound. You get really brave and you want to make some stencils out of this stuff. Use the acetate in Studio Cadia. Just release some acetate. Just run it a couple times on your Gemini, on your Sidekick. Make a lot of pressure so you get that clean, crisp cut. And look how cool this is. All right. What else are we using in this? We are using the Gold Fever glitter, and it's absolutely stunning. It has a kind of holographic to this glitter. It really does look like gold, and it's just so stunning. All right, so we're gonna get started with our stencil. So as I had mentioned, I went ahead and die cut out of Nina 110 pound, and we're gonna use this on our yellow cardstock. And I believe this is So Saffron from Stamping Up, but you can use whatever you like. What we're going to do, we're going to place this over using some purple tape. So purple tape is it's crafter's tape, and it can be really sticky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold down my DIY paper stencil with the purple tape. You do want to touch the edges, so be sure that it doesn't tear up. And because we are going to be doing our DIY paste for this, you don't want it to move around too much. So I'm going to just cut a couple pieces here. Make sure I get you guys on frame. So what are you guys up to today? Let me know where you're watching from. What platform are you watching us on? And do you DIY your own stencils? All right, we're going to we're having a little live stream issue here, but nothing big. All right. DIY, right? Okay, so we have our paper stencil, and it actually looks really cool as is. I think that would make a lovely card, but I really want to show you guys different ways to make your own stuff. So we're going to create a fun little shape. And so I'm going to just add one piece of the purple tape. Not quite in the center, just a little bit, about 3/4 down. Then we're going to do another one. And so all we're going to do is we're going to mask. And if you want to use printer paper, that works too. Okay. And all this is going to do is just going to create a nice little base. And you, like I said, there is a honeycomb stencil available from Studio Cadia. I just wanted to take the opportunity to make your own stencils. All right, so our stencil is ready to go, right? And we're gonna have to press down as we're blending in. So now we're gonna DIY our own gel. How are we gonna do this? You're gonna need some Elmer's glue. This is the washable clear, or any glue that dries clear. I feel like this is the most affordable one. This is huge, it's probably like $1. And then I'm gonna use some yellow ink. And this ink is water-based, so whatever that you're using, as long as it's water-based, this is a water-based non-toxic glue. It's gonna work out really well. So we're gonna just add a little bit here. So that glue is gonna come in contact with the ink. It's gonna grab that color. So this is a great way to make your own DIY glitter paste. And if you find that it's just too thin, you can just let it dry a little bit. I've also used the Tombow AQUA, and that works really well. It's just a little more expensive to use, but look at that. That looks like honey, right? Okay, now we're gonna come in and add our Gold Fever glitter. So this is another way to use your beautiful Studio Cadia glitters. And we're gonna mix these. I'm using just a little spatula here. If you don't have a little spatula, you can use a plastic knife or spoon. And even then, you can just use a normal spoon or knife, and just a butter knife, excuse me. And then just run it through the dishwasher when you are all done. So I hope that you guys had enjoyed the lives that we've been featuring every Saturday. What do you guys want to see? Please do comment below. One, we'll get what your thoughts are, and second, we'll get some more ideas on what you will like to see. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the consistency of my glitter glue here. Let me bring it up to camera so you guys can really see it, because I know I have that in the background. Look how yummy that looks, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna spread it. I'm gonna grab a nice spatula full, and we're gonna work fast because this is paper. And I feel like you should be able to reuse your cardstock. It's gonna have a really fun little glittery going on. And the glue is really making that paper stick. So we're gonna, like I said, work fast. We're gonna make a little more so we get a nice base. Because we are working fast, we're not gonna add that yellow, but you know how to make this. Get more of that glitter glue, or that glitter, and mix, mix, mix. And it looks different, as you can see. By not adding that color, it does change the look of it. And so I really want to focus on that center part for all my little bees. We're gonna imagine they're in the little honeycomb. All right. And then you can just go ahead and wash off your spatula or your plastic knife. Okay, gonna set that aside, and as I mentioned, we were working fast on this, so we're gonna lift, and the tape is kind of gonna allow us on the edge to remove it. Let's see. We're gonna remove this tape. Come on. All right, I did a really good job of taping this. So as you can see, part of our stencil kind of stayed, our paper stencil, and that's okay. We can toss that, or you can save it for a later time. Then we're gonna lift this up. And you do have these beautiful little honeycombs. Let me pull this up. So mine has some of that paper stencil left over, and that's okay. If you do end up doing it out of the acetate, the Studio Cadia acetate, you won't have those leftover pieces. But I really like that look, and so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna let that be. If you don't want to see that, if you don't want to use paper, you can use a little tool and lift it and see if that's even worth doing, but I'm not. I think it's gonna tear out my cardstock. So we're gonna let that sit off to the side just a little bit. This should dry pretty quickly. I think if you used black cardstock when you did your DIY stencil, the little honeycombs would be black, and they would really, really pop, and it would be really pretty. So that's kind of my thought process on that. Okay, so next I'm using the peony trimmings, and the peony trimmings, let me show you this. Do I have it? Let me show you this die. Where did I put it? I don't know what to do with it, but the peony trimmings is a stamp set with the pretty flowers, and so it also comes with some sentiment strips, and you can cut out the strips and you can use them for all sorts of things. So that's what I'm using, and I like to pre-cut a ton of them, and that's what I have ready to go. I'm going to be using some black ink. So I have my hybrid, and we're using the buzzing by to say, and then the interior of the card is going to be stamped with hi. And then we're going to stamp this. All right. Just making sure, holding it down. And now you have this beautiful little sentiment. Let me bring this up. So we're going to be using our Studio Cadia foam in just a minute, and I'll tell you about that. And look how fun that is. This is going to pop up to the card really nicely. So we're going to bring back our little stenciled cardstock and our little bees. So the dies for the honeybees does come with the little area, I don't know what you call it, like a squiggly heart. So I'm going to go ahead and actually color with my Copic. You can do whatever color you like. I just feel like that black, like the black little buzzing heart, is going to match really nicely with the black ink. And so when you're coloring your die cuts, be sure that you have something that's going to protect your surface if you don't have a washable surface. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm using just a little porcelain plate, and that way I can wash it off when I'm completely done. You don't have to use a Copic. You could really use whatever marker you like. That's just what I have available. And now you have a little fun little heart from your bees. Okay, so we're going to bring this in, and we're going to add some foam. So I'm going to be using the Studio Cadia foam. Let me show you. This roll is huge. I don't even know. No, it does not fit in my frame, but it's so huge. It's a great value, especially if you're doing shaker cards. This stuff is super, super sticky. So I'm going to grab my pair of scissors, and we're going to begin cutting. I'm going to do 3 of the little bees from the buzzing, or from the honeybees. And we're just going to add a little piece of foam in the back. And you want to be sure that your glitter glue that you did with your DIY paper stencil is ready to be used. So I'm going to remove the backing. This is what I'm talking about. The Studio Cadia foam is really made for shaker cards. That is so sticky. Okay, so we're going to put this guy right up here. Okay, and then we're going to add, let me bring this, and I love having already my cuts ready to go. I think he's going to be on this side. So we're going to cut another piece of foam. So do you guys pre-color, you stamp pre-color and then die cut, or do you stamped, die cut, and then color your itty bitty images? I think I've seen it both ways. I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. It's just based on preferences. Some people like to stamp and die cut first, just in case after they spend hours coloring their little critters and then their die moves, you don't get that. So let me know what is your process for creation of your little critters. And I'm going to remove that backing. The hardest part of the card is removing the backing off the foam. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. I'm going to add him right here. Okay. And then we have that little heart that we had just colored. So you can use your Studio Cadia glue, or you can use a little bit of that Elmer's glue that we used to create our glitter glue, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just rub it off to the side. I'm going to place it right here. And then I'm going to cut a strip for my banner from the peony trimmings. And when you're cutting the Studio Cadia foam, be sure that you have a really nice and sharp scissors because it's just so sticky. Super, super sticky. I feel like nothing's gonna pop out of it because of how sticky this stuff is. So, which is great for shakers, as I was mentioning earlier. Okay, we're gonna remove this. Be sure that your foam's not popping out through the back of your cut. So again, this is a super, super easy way to mass produce cards, or to just kind of make them on the fly. You have your little critters nice and cut, and then you have your sentiment strips ready to go. So we're gonna place this one right here. And there we have it. Buzzing by to say, and then once we place this on our card base, it's gonna say buzzing by to say hi. You can even create little enamel drops or little drops using your glitter. So you just do a couple drops of your clear glue or even Nuvo, and then come in with your glitter. You can spoon it if you like, but you kind of cover those little circles. All right, and then come over to the other side. And you don't need a ton of it. And then put that back in the container. You can even do it on a piece of scrap paper to really make it easier to put things back. And then you can just pop off the ones you don't need, just to make it a lot cleaner. But we have so much glitter. I love it. Looks like honey and pollen and all sorts of stuff, right? So guys, that does it for my tutorial using cover dies as DIY stencils. There is a honeycomb stencil available on the Studio Cadia store, but I just wanted to use this. You can use any cover die, and I felt like this one was really intricate to the point where it would really give you that beautiful little honeycombs. And then using that gold glitter, that gold fever glitter to look like honey. And so that does it for me, guys. Be sure to comment below. We're still alive and a chance to win a gift card to the Studio Cadia store. Then if you're catching this post live, be sure to share for the same chance. There's no purchase necessary to win. And let me know what your thought process is. Would you create your own stencils using acetate or paper, and then getting this really fun look using all your Studio Cadia products from the latest release? Guys, that does it for me. This is Crystal Thompson. I hope you have a lovely day. See ya.